Hi everyone, Alex from Summerhill, just with a final video update for 2023. Today's update will cover just a quick update on the business and Caroline being appointed as practice manager for Summerhill, general market update and some comments moving into 2023, and our office closure times during the festive season. So starting off with Caroline's new role in the business. As many of you know, Caroline Bell ceased being a licensed financial advisor at the end of 2020, but has remained heavily involved in Summerhill since then. Caroline and I have been discussing the business and its future, and we agreed Caroline would take a permanent role of practice manager for Summerhill. Essentially, this leaves me to focus on client advice, and Caroline will take care of back office matters relating to compliance, process improvements, audits, etc. Caroline is not only a business partner, but she is one of my greatest friends. I have a high amount of respect and admiration for what she's achieved and the value that she provides Summerhill. So suffice to say, we are absolutely thrilled with this outcome. Moving on to markets, it's been a tough year for investors. A list of some of the things that have led to a challenging year this year for markets have included the highest level inflation in 4 decades, interest rates rising rapidly, a war in Ukraine, continued challenges with the coronavirus pandemic and continued lockdowns in the world's second biggest economy, cyber hacks, Ponzi schemes, and crashes galore. It has also been a year of weather extremes with scorching heat in Europe, India, and the US, and widespread flooding in the east coast of Australia. So now allow me to put my glasses half full hat on. It does feel like it could have been worse for markets based on where we find ourselves now when you consider everything that's been thrown at diversified investors during the year. This year's been filled with sharp downturns followed by subsequent relief rallies, and has been a good reminder that both gains and losses can be temporary, especially in the short term. Value stocks have significantly outperformed growth stocks, and Australian shares have outperformed other developed markets this year, such as the US. We typically keep higher exposures to these areas of the market in our client portfolios, which has helped reduce the negative impact of the global downturn this year, and we will continue to do so based on current valuations and the outlook into 2023. One of the big talking points as we head into the end of this year is the prospect of a recession in 2023, and what that might mean for various investments. The risk of recession in the US and the UK is high, and this will likely keep markets volatile given the threat to company earnings. But it may not turn out to be as bad as what people fear, and this will very much depend on how central banks around the world act. My fear since central banks started increasing rates to manage inflation has been that they'll overdo it, and then they'll be slow to realise that, and equally slow to take the foot off the brake if we do start heading into a recession. However, there is reason for optimism going into 2023. Firstly, inflationary pressures appear to have peaked and are slowing rapidly. Supply chain pressures have eased, demand is cooling, and labour markets are showing signs of topping out. Second, it is viewed that central banks are likely nearing their peak with interest rates, albeit we may continue to see some rate increases in early 2023. No one knows what the future holds, and I caution any of those making large changes to their investment strategy based on fears of a recession. Even if a recession is announced, history shows that markets tend to adjust way before a recession is called and rebound way before it is declared to be over. The reality is that no one knows what the future holds or what's going to happen to stocks, property and bonds next year. Short-term returns are promised to no one. What ends up threatening various investments in 2023 is probably not what anyone is talking about or fearing now. Self-confidence as an investor comes with being comfortable with uncertainty. One of the few things we all have in common as investors is the irreducible level of uncertainty. It's not easy to admit you don't know what the future holds, but coming to this realization can make your life a whole lot easier. Once you let go of the illusion of control when it comes to the future, you then focus on what you can control, and this allows you to make better decisions for your future. Rational investing comes from the understanding that long-run returns are the only ones that matter. But sometimes you have to survive a whole lot of bad stuff happening in the short run to get there. Finally, a quick note to let you know that the Summerhill office will be closed from Friday, from today, and will reopen Tuesday the 3rd of January. If any urgent matters arise during this period, please contact me directly by email. That's it from me today. Margaret and Caroline join me in wishing you all a Merry Christmas and happy and healthy 2023. We hope everyone has some well-needed rest and rejuvenation during the festive season. And if you're lucky enough to be going away, we hope you create some wonderful memories. We look forward to working with you in 2023. Thanks.